Oh, hi guys. It's your girl VD, as known as the True V. Whoop, 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 whoop. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are all having a lovely day. So guys, I thought, why not continue the chat with you? So we were recently talking about my appearance transition and I wanted to have an update. So here we are. So the title of this video is called My Appearance Transition Part 2. So initially in my first video, I spoke on the first things that I did to achieve my glow up within the last year and a quarter. So in this video, I just want to be going into further detail with you and also conclude the matter basically and get a quick preview of the improvement. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it, guys. And if you have any questions, do feel free to contact me. And yeah, I shall provide. So number one on my list for my appearance transition, i.e. my glow up, was happy foods. Okay, so guys, initially I did say that I was going to go into detail about this, and it's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. So happy foods essentially to me is foods that really conjure up a good feeling inside of you. And it's not necessary that it's foods that are healthy. I stress this a lot, that this ain't the channel about, oh, healthy lifestyle and you must eat foods that are, you know, constraining you from eating what you like to eat, basically. No, happy foods are not healthy foods, guys. Happy foods are basically foods that make you feel good, your inner being feels good, and it also improves your mental health as well as your metabolism. So one example I could give is that I used to like fries a lot. So I've basically like switched what I used to eat for another option that makes me feel good. So for example, fries is usually from white potatoes, right? Now I eat sweet potatoes. So if I want to make, you know, fries, I just get sweet potatoes. Do you know what I mean? And when I think about the process of making fries from scratch as well, it makes me like not want to eat it. Another thing that I'd also do that contributes to me feeling happy is making sure that I'm in a place where I'm actually happy with what I've built on my plate. So again, I've also gone in my previous video, I've mentioned that how cooking for yourself is the best way to feel good. When you cook for yourself, it is most likely you're going to be happier with what is on your plate. I'm not talking about if you're a good cook or not, because, you know, it's here and there for a lot of people, but I'm pretty sure you will not cook for yourself food that you're not happy with. Yeah, guys. So try and get foods that make you feel happy and try and constitute a habit of you making foods for yourself. Also, part of my happy foods list, guys, please, it's not just about being healthy, but it does make you happy. Fruit is important. It's number one in happy foods. I cannot tell you enough how my love of fruit, as well as my love of tea, as known as previously, is so important to me. I really love fruit. So one of my best fruits, for example, is apples. I tend to eat a lot of apples. My family usually have like this fruit bowl, and the fruit bowl has like a variety of fruit that we literally consume for like the whole week. And literally the top of that bowl is apples. Like I always fill it with apples. Like literally, even if there's no oranges or bananas. I don't like bananas, by the way. I think bananas taste some type of way, but anyway, that's just me. So yeah, it's literally apples. Apples. Quick tip about apples. As you know, apples are acidic. unlike a lot of other fruit. Citrus, yes, but there's a different balance to citric acid in comparison to apple cider, which is actually the acid that is produced from an apple. So I like apples because, you know, they somehow break down the compounds in the stomach, because it's a rough fruit as well. When you crunch it, it doesn't go out smooth, it's rough. So as it goes through your stomach, it's rough. It has like a rough layer, so it basically like brushes past any, like, you know, food particles, fat particles, whatever you want to call it, guys. I'm not a scientist, but in terms of my research and what I know that I've seen, apples are very good for you know, like streamlining the system internally. And also because it produces that special acid, it's going to inevitably help you to burn that fat, burn that weight. I've heard other things like what's it called again? Drinking lemon water and oranges as well, vitamin C. Yes, I recommend that. Yes, oranges. Yes, guys. If you don't like oranges, get clementines. I like the little clementines because they're really like, they're balls of juice. So those two as well, they really help you. But number one on my list for fruit is apples, guys. It can't be compared to a pear. And I'd normally have my apple at least twice a day. I like large pink apples. I'm not too fussed about the name of the apple, but as long as they're fairly large and they're pink, they have the strongest taste and they're quite sweet as well, so it's easy for you to, you know, consume it quickly. So yeah, that's my happy foods, guys. Stay happy, eat well, okay? So number 2 on my list of my transition part 2, i.e. the glow up, is intermittent fasting. So yeah, this is a new one, guys. I haven't mentioned this to you before. But basically, I just wanted to tell you how intermittent fasting, as you know, it is a known thing, but on a personal level, because we are personal right now, this is not for show, this is not a sponsorship as we speak, but on a personal level, intermittent fasting as well as alternate day fasting has literally changed my life. Like, I've had phases where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lose weight this year, even though I'm not too sure why I want to lose the weight. And I wouldn't actually construct a plan to go by that. I'd literally just say, oh, I'm gonna start eating more salads and greens and bulk up in certain areas and debulk in certain areas. But what has really helped me to keep whatever balanced diet that I think of, for example, if I eat sweet potatoes with a bit of salmon and probably have like porridge for dinner or even breakfast sometimes, I'd balance that out with intermittent fasting. So what I'm trying to like key in here, guys, is the balance, basically. Same way for your water balance, it is also important to have a balance to your fasting. Not a balanced diet, but a balance to the fasting. So what I actually did was intermittently, should I say, I'll explain what I mean by intermittently in my case. I'd literally eat at only certain times of the day. As I've mentioned previously, I only eat mostly twice a day. If it's 3 times a day, I'm probably on holiday or I've worked out like 7 times that week and I know that that fat ain't gonna stick. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'd eat only certain times a day. In the morning, to be honest with you, I don't really like eating anything heavy in the morning. I've tried and it makes me feel some type of way, like I'm carrying too much. And I want my mind to be clear in the morning because my line of work, I need to have an active mentality. I need to get ideas quickly. You know, I need to be buzzing. So what I do in the morning, I'll have my little zing, which is my green tea, as you know, guys, #1 green tea lover over here. I have my green tea and I have my fruit. And that would be early hours of the day, like probably like between 7 a.m. and 12. And if I don't have nothing at all, then my first meal in the day will be between 12 to 3 p.m. So again, that's the balance to my intermittent fasting. I'd only eat at certain times. I wouldn't eat throughout the day, basically. So if I'm not to have anything at all, from 3 p.m. I'll have a full meal. And the funny thing about it, sometimes when I have my full meal at 3 p.m, I'd literally be full for the rest of the day, because as you know, 3 p.m. is pretty much halfway. If anything, closer to halfway, should I say, during the day. And what would I eat? Just a random one. I do love lamb, but I know lamb has a lot of fat lately. So I've been trying to happy food that, should I say, with mutton. I like mutton a lot. So I'd make mutton, rice and peas. Shout out to my Caribbean people out there. I like rice and peas, partially because it's nutritious and it makes the rice taste lovely. And I find that when I have rice and peas, I don't need to add that much rice. So when I have the peas, it's basically like replacing as much of the rice as possible. So it's reducing the carb already. But I'd recommend, even if you're not like, you know, familiar with rice and peas, try it. Rice and peas is basically red kidney beans mixed with your boiled rice. You boil it all together, of course, but there's different methods and ways, you know, depending on where you're from. Or you could use butter beans. I like butter beans in salad as well, because that makes the salad more dense. So it tends to, you know, keep you fuller. So I'd have my mutton and rice and peas. Then I'll have a side of veg. I like warm veg, guys. I can't eat salad with warm food. I'd only eat salad if the main that I'm having is cold. So if my main was a sandwich or something like that, then I'd have a salad with it. Or if I'm having it with meat on its own. But yeah, if I'm having warm foods, then it's warm veg. If I'm having cold food, then it's cold veg, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's it for number 2. Number 2 is big, guys, okay? And yeah, just to touch again really quickly before I leave, that alternate day fasting is basically, for example, if I ate really, really badly on one day, for example, if I ate 3 times a day and the food was junk, the next day, you're only going to see your girl with her long mug of tea and 1 meal for that whole day. But that 1 whole meal will be so nutritious that it would literally like cover me or fire me for the whole day, basically. So we ain't trying to starve out here. Big difference. So yeah, moving on. Number three. Whoop, 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 whoop. We are going into our water balancing. Okay. I want to break this down into detail, guys, because I have spoken on water balancing previously, but I want there to be a fine definition between water diet, water balancing, and water fasting. Okay, there's big differences between these. So my prominent one is water balancing. So it's whereby you have a certain amount of water per day to replace the water that your body is already using. And what I mean by that is that I'm the type of person that likes to drink a lot of liquid. And my most go-to liquid is tea. Okay. So what the water balancing does for me is basically it allows me, say, for example, if there's areas that in my intermittent fasting whereby I've only eaten a certain amount today, what is going to replenish the other amount that I haven't eaten, for example, the other meal? That water will balance out that meal, basically. So if I eat twice a day, then the third meal, which usually you'd want to have, I'd use the water to replace that. And it's not like, oh, I'm just going to drink water for like an hour. No, it's the water is consumed during the day in intervals. So I have like 4 large mugs of tea per day, guys. And that's literally my water. I also buy gallons of water as well, the bottles. But because it's cold, it's like, it's winter right now. So I don't really want to drink cold water. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. That's me for the water balancing. Use your water, guys. Your water will cover you in other areas that you're not necessarily eating as much, basically. Last but not least, guys, I promised you in the previous video a quick sneak peek. So this is my improvement lately. So guys, I told you I was working on my abs. And as you can see, like, there's an area that I've been trying to focus on the most. And that was like my upper ab area versus my lower. And what I did to improve this, to get this more asymmetrical, you know, waist, should I say, snatched, yeah, is my workout routine. Okay, so guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, my workout has done the most for me overall. This overall transition process, glow up, it has done the most for me. Like literally all the weight that I wanted to lose, it has basically been the overall for it. Yeah, so I worked on my diet, I worked on my food, my amount of times that I consume, and I also worked on what was going to make me feel comfortable. So I decided to work out, and my workout, as I tend to love to do now, is working out from home. Since the pandemic, I've been a little bit icky about going to the gym, guys, because the gyms are not as hygienic, and I just think it's long wiping down every single machine that you're going to use before you actually use it. So I just thought, nah. So I've got my own yoga mat at home. Not that I do yoga. I work on my abs, guys. My abs is like my favorite area of the body to work out, partially because, you know, as human beings, we are very centered. So the first thing you're going to notice is obviously your face, your features, and then boom, midsection, stomach, you know, whatever you have, make sure you look after it, basically. So I work on my abs, and I also work on my legs. Oh, should I show you my legs? I don't know if you can see it in this video, but I may need to post a few photos. Work on my legs. Let me try tippy toe. I'm a bit tall as well, guys. So, and then essentially that does my butt for me. Yeah, these are not the tightest of leggings. I just wanted to feel comfortable today. But yeah, I work on my legs as well. As mentioned, guys, I had a knee injury about 10 years ago. So I'm not too fussed about getting weight on my legs, but I am more or less fussed about getting the shape in order, or should I say keeping it in order. Because I believe girls with good legs, your physique will be 10-10. If your legs are good and your stomach is good as well, you know, as good as you can make it, you know, you're good. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, basically I work on my legs as well. So quickly, how long do I work out for? 45 minutes max, guys, because it just depends on your goals. Like for me, I'm not trying to for example, become too much of a fit girl, like, you know, oh my gosh, heavy definition everywhere. No, I like my definition to be cultured and natural, if that makes sense. So you're gonna see the definition, but it's not like, oh my god, intensified. But of course, later on in life, you never know. This girl, she may end up bulking up and doing a couple of things here, a bit more contouring here and there, but you never know. So yeah, 45 minutes max. And yeah, again, that's broken down between my abs, my legs as well. And also my cardio, which is separate to my workout, is my daily walking routine. So I'd literally do a walk to anywhere in my area or anywhere outside of my area, minimum 30 minutes. But due to what I do, I love to sightsee a lot. I'm into architecture. I love buildings. So I tend to walk around and like to see different places. In the midst of me doing that, I could spend the whole day walking and looking for fun things like new sites, and that is also part of my cardio. So imagine this, you take like 4-5 hours to walk around seeing different places. That's your cardio done for at least 2 days. But you know, I wouldn't recommend you walking around for 3-4 hours if you don't know what you're looking for, but for me, I'm used to it. So yeah, that's me, girls and guys. Woo, 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 woo. Obviously, if you're interested in more, do let me know. If you got any questions, guys, feel free. Subscribe, follow me, attach yourself to my socials. Recently back on there, so you know, spread the love, show your love. But yeah, again, it's your girl, True V, the True V and doll. And I hope you guys have a wonderful and a blessed day. Love you.